And we're live. Thanks for joining us for another episode of Four Quarters. All sports, every day, all day. And she's a babe. I really got to stop talking about Aaron Rodgers.
My money's on that.
And to no surprise, my shout out, Caitlin Clark.
We're live.
And we're live.
Perfect.
Excellent.
I think it's perfect.
I'm so ready. Not. When am I ever ready? Welcome back. Thanks for joining us on, what is it today, the 9th?
The 9th.
The 9th of July, because CB just said, how is it already the 9th of July? Happy Hump Day. Thanks for joining us on our Four Quarters Facebook page, 802 Scoops. And remember, we are always on YouTube. Subscribe to us. It is free. Hit the button, but thank you for joining us. Apologies for last week. I know a lot of you really hung in there with us as we were coming in freezing, freezing.
I heard there were issues.
And then the computer would go boom, 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 and CB would go, oh. But everybody, you hung in there with us. Ended up that it was a Spectrum issue that was good for ongoing for a couple of hours. Mm-hmm. So thanks for coming back. We got this one, Cast of Characters Wheels, CB, who's going to literally amp up on sugar tonight. Mm-hmm. She has had a day. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And we all should have taken the day off and watched the WNBA because it was on all day.
All day. Apparently it's WNBA day today.
WNBA day, and you said it was, TV told us it's camp day.
Yes, yeah, something where the kids go.
Because there was like 3 really good games on this afternoon.
Really good game.
Well, the first one wasn't really that good.
Caitlin Clark returned to the
did.
court.
Oh, did she? How did she look?
Rusty. Mm-hmm. She was 4
Expected.
for... Yeah, she was 4 for 12.
Mm-hmm. How did the team look with her back?
Well, they couldn't rebound worth a diddly squat.
Howard and Boston getting out rebounded?
The Valkyrie... They won because they're offensive
dogs.
Rebounds.
They're
and they're dogs. They don't
man.
quit.
They're dogs.
Yeah.
They don't quit.
There's no quitting them.
So, I mean, I was at work, so, I was only watching it, sporadically.
She's like, I don't know, I didn't see any of
Yeah,
it.
didn't watch it at all.
Kate Martin got her second start of the season in that game.
Oh, solid.
So kind of neat, you have the Iowa connection out there playing against each other. Watched a little bit of the Lynx and Mercury, and I said to CB before we went on, Sabali didn't play, Copper didn't play for Phoenix.
And they still won.
And they still won.
I want to see that box score.
8 over the Lynx. And this was DeWanna Bonner's first game. Does anybody know if she started her career in Phoenix?
She did.
Because she said, it's good to be home.
Yeah, she did.
The crowd was great. They interviewed her at halftime. I'm on the elliptical going, I didn't even know you signed. We all knew it was inevitable.
Yeah.
But I didn't know she had signed. So today was her first game. I don't know how many points she had, but she had 7 points, 3 rebounds. I asked you guys this, especially knowing they just beat the number 1 team in the W right now. Without Sabali, without Copper, DeWanna Bonner, take away how we may feel about DeWanna Bonner. Her and AT, I felt like I was watching the Connecticut Sun.
Yeah.
I mean, it's almost the same color uniforms.
Right, yeah.
But they've been together how many years in Connecticut, and a ton of success.
Right.
Just missing that elusive championship. I put, and you guys can just tell me, nope, you're wrong, Lori. I put the Lynx and the Liberty still at that tier 1.
Agreed.
The Liberty won the healthy.
Yes.
Yes, indeed. Phoenix right below them.
God, yes.
Atlanta and the Fever.
Barely below.
Do we put Phoenix in that tier 1 now?
Are we putting the Fever that high anymore?
No, the Fever, no.
No, I meant the Mercury.
She meant
the
the
Mercury.
Okay.
I'm sorry, I meant the Mercury.
Yeah, no. Not the Fever, no.
DeWanna Bonner will fit on that team.
Yeah.
She's coming off the
will.
bench. I think she'll continue to come off the bench.
Yeah, as she should.
She's
as
home.
She should.
Her and AT look like they've been playing forever together, which they've been playing together forever.
Yeah.
Do you look at that team now when healthy? We're talking Sabali and Copper didn't even play.
Yeah.
And we're talking they could be one of those teams.
I wouldn't want to play them.
No.
I wouldn't want to play them either.
No, not at all.
I mean, that's scary. So we talked about the Valkyries. knocking off the Fever today. The Connecticut Sun knocked off Seattle.
Yeah.
That's wild.
Wild.
And I'm putting Seattle in that tier 2 as well. Should I not be?
I don't know. It's probably the early in the day games. It's just throwing people off.
But like,
It's throwing teams off.
but also like Seattle just beat New York.
Yeah.
Right. And looked really good.
Yeah.
Malanga, every
Yo.
time I watch her play, she gets better and better, you
She
guys.
dunked it yet?
Not yet.
In
But-
like,
Holy.
I think I think it was the Liberty game. In like 5 minutes, she had like 11 points and 7 rebounds.
Yeah.
In
Wow.
5 minutes.
Exactly.
It was insane.
And she's so good. I mean, we all know, how tall is she? 6'6"? 6'7"?
Yeah.
And her wingspan's got to be around 6'8".
No, it's like 7'1".
Is
I
it?
think.
Okay. She keeps that ball up there so well, and what a soft
hands.
touch. Oh my God.
She's going to be so good.
Oh, crap.
Exactly. Oh my God, it's sick. Got any shout outs?
I do.
I rambled on about
That's
the
okay.
WNBA because it was so much fun to. The game tonight will be Dallas and Chicago.
Chicago. Yep. Dallas and Chicago. I only have 2 shout outs, but of course they're Caitlin Clark shout outs because duh.
Even though she shot
Even
4
though
for
she
12,
was
we're not going
4
to talk
for
about
12
that.
and only had
Rusty.
10 points today.
Rusty.
She was just rusty.
Take out my dollar
Just
bills.
Rusty. We're going to talk about the WNBA All-Star Game, but Caitlin Clark had the most votes in the history of the WNBA All-Star Game, 1.29 million votes. She was the highest vote getter ever, which made her a captain along with Collier. And they picked their teams, so we'll be talking about that. Also, Caitlin Clark's first signature shoe sold out in less than 1 minute.
1 minute.
1 minute.
What's the price for that shoe? Do you
I don't know, but they're pretty sick looking.
Got to find out what the price is.
Now they're being resold for like thousands.
Thousands. Oh yeah.
It's disgusting.
Yep.
It's disgusting.
But they're really sick looking. They have a lot of like similarities to Kobe's designs, I guess. But yeah, I mean, to sell out in 1 minute, like
Right.
a women's signature
Right.
shoe. I mean,
Yep.
that's great. That just shows you like
it's just the scalpers. It's the
the-
scalpers.
Like, oh, I know, but they're pretty sick
Bots.
shoes. Will
It's
I ever get
scalpers
some?
and bots.
Probably not.
That was my next question.
I
so
would love a
moving
pair,
on.
but probably not.
Moving on, right?
Yeah.
Guess I won't ask.
Yeah. I think that's all I got.
We don't have a doggy spotlight, but we still want to push Sasha and Molly, who are still out there. No new dogs in the spotlight. Let me know if you got more.
I got nothing.
Any shout outs, my friend?
Just want to point out that Angel Reese has been averaging like 5.5 assists per game over the last like 6 games. Just want to put that out there. And like 12 over.
How many double-doubles has she
Yeah,
had
and
this
she has like
season?
17 rebounds. She like just broke a record of like consecutive games with like 15 or more rebounds.
I could
listen.
get that many too if I just missed layup after layup after layup after layup after layup.
Hey, she copyrighted me bounds. Did you guys know that?
She what?
Copyrighted me bounds.
Really?
Yeah, so
course
she's
she did.
like she like has like a shirt. But
Of course she did.
it's like I'm a little torn because while I want them to do well and I want her and Cardoso to do well.
Yes, indeed.
The Lynx also have their draft pick next year, so if they tank,
Really?
I also wouldn't mind that.
Well, that's sick.
Because if they tank, then the Lynx are gonna and the
That's
draft is
sick.
deep.
Yeah.
Wow.
So that'll be really interesting.
Wow. That's sick.
CB,
It's a good shout out.
CB,
You know what I'm gonna do? Every time you have a Caitlin Clark
we
shout out,
used to, you've come
You
a
know what?
long way.
You know what?
And we used to agree on things.
you know what?
And now we don't.
What I'm gonna do is every time you have a Caitlin Clark shout out, I'm gonna shout out Angel Reese.
Fine.
Let's
Fine.
do it.
I can do it. Game
It's
on.
good.
Let's do
you
it.
guys already said bantering's fun.
Game on.
Yep. Let's go.
All of a sudden,
Bantering's
let's
fun.
go.
we agree on most
Bantering's
things,
fun.
but this WNBA stuff.
I mean, I gotta say, every time I see the box score for Angel Reese, I'm like, Jesus, Mary and Joseph.
She went off for like 20 plus.
Nobody
last
talked
year.
about her getting taken out of the game and slapping the clipboard out of her coach's hands. Oh no, nope, nobody saw that apparently. That's fine.
I didn't
fine.
see
Oh
that.
come on! Look
I
how
didn't see that.
Look how Caitlin Clark acts every
Oh
single
my
time
God,
in a game.
I know.
So
I have never denied that.
Yep.
I've never, ever, ever. But she will never knock a clipboard out of a coach's hand.
Oof, never.
Never.
no, she'll just act really pissed at her teammates.
Yes.
So, were you surprised, this question's for you, that they won the Commissioner's Cup without?
Yes. Very.
And it was a pretty easy victory.
Yes. Very easy.
My next question, part B of it, are you going to give Kelsey Mitchell any kudos?
Oh, I will.
Oh,
yeah.
awesome.
Yeah, she played great. She didn't
She
play
did.
great today, but she played great.
She did.
Yeah.
I thought.
she played. I thought they all stepped up.
I thought. I think it was the Aces, and that might not be a good comparison because we're
Howard
talking
looks so
about them
good.
playing the Lynx. But I think it was the Aces where Natasha Howard, Aaliyah Boston, Kelsey Mitchell all shot 50%
Yeah.
or better.
Yeah.
That is not easy.
No,
my
it is
friends.
not.
We've all been around basketball our whole lives. But I think Howard was 11 points, 10 rebounds, 50%. AB, 69%. And Mitchell was 25.6 assists. She shot 50%. I think that was the
Yeah.
Aces
No,
game.
Mitchell has been playing, besides today, very well. Very well.
Impressive.
Yeah.
She's very impressive.
They dropped like a stat a few games ago that AB has the highest like 2-point field goal percentage in Fever history.
Wow. I mean, we've said all season
Yeah,
that
she's
she's
been-
playing so incredibly well.
Yes.
I have some shout outs left over because I don't know if they were heard last week. This is just a shout, not a shout out, but Mike Brown was named head coach of the New York Knicks, two-time coach of the year, did a great job in Sacramento, but, lost his job in Sacramento. He's a player's coach. I still don't understand why Tom Thibodeau's not there, but I think if you were going to go with anyone, you kind of had to go with Mike Brown.
Yeah.
I think we might have got this one out last week, but I don't know the Sue Bird shout out about the unveiling of her statue.
I think we got it out.
It'll be the first one in WNBA unveiling of a statue, which still surprises me because we see so many unveiling of statues.
Right.
That's the first one in the W.
That is,
in all
yeah.
the years of existence. But again, 4 championships,
She deserves it.
21
100%.
years in the league.
For the same
One
team, one team. Her
One
and TD.
freaking team.
Do you think Diana Taurasi wishes she didn't retire with how well Phoenix is doing right now?
I know, right?
I wonder how she feels about that.
So with DT and Sue Bird, CB and I said last week, we will probably not see that again. Staying
Never.
with one team.
Never. No.
I literally am predicting right now Asia Wilson.
I want her to leave.
Asia Wilson, and I almost had her on the Mystics, but I think that was my heart talking. But then I'm like, oh no, that's kind of hard with Kiki. They're trying to trade Aaliyah Edwards. I think that was just my heart speaking.
Where do you think she'd go?
I don't know, because I'm like, no, I think Asia Wilson's going to jump from the Aces.
should.
Because they're all going to be, with the collective bargaining, they're all going to be free agents. And I couldn't come up with a really good fit.
Well,
really
who knows?
can't.
Because the teams are going to
The
look.
Valkyries was the one fit
yeah.
I came up with.
But you know what? The teams are going to look totally different next
Exactly.
year anyway.
Right.
Exactly. So Sue Bird, my other huge shout out, because I love this man, Clayton Kershaw. I've always been a
Yes.
Clayton Kershaw fan.
Yeah.
He becomes the 20th pitcher in MLB history to hit 3,000 strikeouts in his career. Along with that, I think it was last night, he pitched again last night against the Brewers, and he only gave up 2 runs in 6 innings and just 6 hits. He labors a little.
Yeah.
He's got through a lot of injuries.
Right.
He's in the twilight of his career. But I thought he pitched great. But he went up against, God, I hope I have this kid's name, Jacob Mizorowski, who is a rookie for the Brewers. And if you haven't heard that name yet, like you heard Cal Raleigh a couple weeks ago, this kid is freaking good. He just outpitched Kershaw, which he looked like Clayton Kershaw of 15 years ago.
Yeah.
This kid is so freaking good.
Yeah.
And they shut out, he didn't shut out the Dodgers, but he might as well have.
Yeah.
He made them look funny. I watched about 6 at-bats, highlights this morning. He made the Dodgers look funny. So remember Jacob Mizorowski.
That's another.
Love it.
That's another milestone. 3,000 strikeouts that I don't think we're going to see again.
I agree with you. With
Yeah,
all the,
no.
With the
Tommy
way-
John surgeries
And just with the way they manage starting
Yeah.
pitches and bullpens now.
True.
It's so driven by analytics, where it used to be just like, hey, if your starter was cruising, you're keeping him in.
Right.
Versus, oh, analytics says we should bring in a lefty pitcher right
Right.
now, so let's
Right.
pull them, right?
Right.
So I don't think we're going to see another pitcher with 3,000.
No.
That's why he deserves a huge shout out.
Yeah.
And you're right, CB. That's a valid point.
Yeah.
It may be that.
Maybe the
But
last.
I've really enjoyed watching him.
Yeah.
I really have. He's got the most unorthodox. It's weird how he holds it for so long and then he comes over the top firing. Really enjoyed. Glad that he stayed with the Dodgers his whole career too. Very, very glad. What?
The Dodgers.
Did I not say the Dodgers?
You did, but
You did. I just hate the Dodgers.
Oh, I'm like,
my
did I
dad.
say somebody else?
I hate them on principle for my
When
dad.
CB gives me that look, I'm like,
Yeah.
what did I just say? Did I say something wrong? Some of the best things I heard this week.
Ooh, yes, let's do it.
Jamar Chase. Without Travis Kelce, he's just Kirk Cousins with a headband.
I think that is the best quote I've ever heard.
Jamar Chase dropping it.
Shit, man.
Dropping it before NFL even is in training camp.
He is bringing the shit.
That is
Without Travis
hilarious.
Kelce, he's just Kirk Cousins with a headband.
That's amazing.
Come on, that's awesome.
I think it's freaking awesome.
That's amazing.
That is freaking amazing.
Oh my god! I mean, poor Kirk Cousins right now, but you know.
Oh my God. I'm like, am I reading this correctly?
Kirk Cousins
I
just
am.
catching strays out there.
Yeah.
Poor Kirk Cousins. I think I might have had a quote from him too, but I don't know what I did with it because he said he would have looked at things differently last year
Yeah.
if he knew all these rookie quarterbacks were going to the Vikings and the Falcons.
Right,
And you know
yeah.
what? I believe him.
Yeah.
I
yeah.
believe him. I wasn't expecting the Falcons to take a quarterback.
Right.
At the time, it felt like I'd been a little bit misled. And Kurt doesn't say a whole heck of a lot.
he doesn't.
We all know that.
No.
And he was misled.
He was. I agree.
He really was.
I mean, we were all surprised when Penix was drafted by them.
Exactly.
So
Exactly. Here's another thing I heard. Go turn on that guy's tape. He's getting separation. He's got separation even when he's not getting the ball at times. And when he doesn't have separation, he's still making the catches. This is Dak Prescott talking about his new receiver, George Pickens. And I will mention them again later on. Is that just camp talk?
Oh,
yes.
Absolutely.
You drafting George Pickens in fantasy
No.
football? I'm on the fence. I'm on the fence.
I don't think I can. I don't trust Dak, so that's
Yeah.
the biggest thing.
Okay,
Like-
that's fair enough.
Can he stay healthy? And I feel like, I don't know. I don't know how much. I know that every year we're like, CD needs help. Like, he needs help. But receivers like the ball.
Yeah.
Like, so I don't know if that's going to gel because both of them want the ball. So I don't know. I don't know. One of them's going to be happy one game. The other one's,
Oh, absolutely.
I just.
But again, it comes down to Dak Prescott.
yes, it does.
Who's completely healthy, everybody, okay? Draft him on your fantasy team. Kathy Thurston.
Kathy Thurston, well.
You got him. You got him. Another quote, Coach Prime, man, I can't stress enough about how he's opened doors up for guys like myself. And this is a quote from Deshaun Jackson, who is now the head coach at Division II Delaware State. Along with that, I don't know if you guys knew this. I think I knew it, but forgot. Michael Vick is now the head coach at Norfolk
Oh, right.
State.
Right, yeah.
So Deshaun Jackson, good to hear his name.
Yeah.
Now coaching. I agree with Deshaun Jackson.
Yeah.
Coach Prime has
yes,
opened
he
the
has.
door
Yep, for sure.
for these former players to get their chance in the coaching ranks. So I love it. Last quote. He's that guy. As many times as we can get the ball in his hands, we're going to do it. That is Michael Penix talking about Bijan Robinson.
Yeah.
Do you draft him in the first round of fantasy football?
I think very highly about doing it.
I think they're going to pound him into the ground,
I agree.
especially with
Absolutely.
a rookie.
Exactly.
Well, not a
Yeah.
rookie, but
Yeah.
he is really
Yeah.
in our
Yeah.
eyes. First season.
I will highly consider it, yes.
Here's my Aaron Rodgers. I'm going to get out of the way
Oh,
early.
okay.
Okay. Arthur Smith, who is the offensive coordinator
Jesus.
of the Steelers. Is he in his second season? I think. Former head coach of the Falcons. This guy, because let's not forget, Jonah Smith was traded to the Steelers, where I would have drafted Jonah Smith if he had stayed with Miami.
Yeah.
He had a great year last
Yeah,
year.
he did.
Not touching him.
No.
This season.
Nope.
Arthur Smith wanted him there because he was with him in Atlanta a couple seasons ago. Arthur Smith's three biggest beliefs as an offensive coordinator: run heavy, tons of motion before or at the snap, loves multiple tight end sets. So now you got Jonnu Smith and Pat Freiermuth. Okay, you guys with me? So it should open the door
Right.
for Aaron Rodgers.
Correct.
There's my Aaron Rodgers. Aaron Rodgers likes to be in a pass-heavy offense. He doesn't like motion at the snap, and he did not ever in his career rely on 2 tight end
Nope.
sets.
He did not. He
What
never even
happens?
uses tight ends, really.
What
If you
happens,
think about
you
it.
guys? Oh, Jonnu Smith just went to tight end hell.
Yeah, he did.
He really
yeah.
did.
But now do you take Freiermuth still?
Nope.
Like, you just don't, because now
I really
there's 2 of
don't.
them, and Rodgers hates tight ends. So,
So
but who else is he throwing to?
who's
So-
the offensive coordinator, I ask you guys this year? Arthur Smith or Aaron Rodgers? What say you?
I'm going to say it will start out one and end up the other.
It'll start out Arthur Smith.
It will. Yep.
And then Aaron Rodgers is going to get pissed.
Yep.
And he's going to call his own plays.
Yep.
Am I off by a lot?
No,
Am I
no.
on?
Nope.
Nope.
It will take 2 weeks. 2 to 3.
I just loved it when they flashed this up. Run heavy, lots of motion at the
Yeah.
snap, multiple tight end sets. Other guy does not like motion at the snap, believes in a pass heavy offense, does not like 2 tight end sets. Boom. What? That's not a match made in heaven,
Not at all.
people.
No.
I'm so sorry, sis, if you're listening. I am really sorry, but that is not a match made in heaven. We talked about, or we might have froze on it last week, WNBA expansion. We know we're getting Toronto and Portland. Is it next year? I think.
Yep.
Cleveland in 2028, Detroit in 2029, and Philadelphia in 2030 to the dismay of Sophie Cunningham.
Yeah.
I
Sophie.
quote from her, I don't know. She was looking at Miami, Nashville, Kansas City. I mean, I'm with her with the Miami thing.
Yeah.
They need more teams than just Atlanta in the South.
Yeah.
Exactly. Cleveland shouted out that your teammate, Caitlin Clark, doesn't seem to mind Cleveland all that bad. Yeah, I don't know what that means. She said, you want to listen to your players too. Where do they want to play? Where are they going to get excited to play and draw fans? And that's where she hyped up Nashville and Miami, definitely. It's
get that.
Yeah, it's going to continue to expand, we hope. There's tons of players out
Yeah,
there.
right.
We're seeing players get cut that should be playing in the
Correct.
W.
Yeah. Correct.
Kathy Engelbert is also looking at bids from, in the future, Miami, Nashville, KC, Houston, St. Louis, Charlotte, Denver, Austin, Texas. I don't like that one. The ones that stuck out to me, Denver,
That would be cool.
Houston, Nashville, and
Definitely Nashville,
Miami.
Miami. Yeah.
you guys agree then?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
I just think I'm tickled that it's expanding.
How are they going to do the East versus West
You mean,
conference-wise when you're adding 3 more teams to the East?
that's a good
Yeah.
question. That's a good question to see how it's going to break down.
Yeah.
And then will it be East-West, or will you have divisions within the East and
Correct.
West?
Right,
Yeah.
exactly.
Like the NBA has.
Yeah.
Because I could see it getting to that.
Yeah.
And they should have it. And then it's going to make playoffs more
Right.
fun.
Yeah.
We talked about the Cleveland expansion team 2028. Majority owner is Dan Gilbert, who owns the Cavs. Detroit in 2029, Tom Gores, who owns the Detroit Pistons. But in that scenario, the minority owners for the Detroit team are Jared Goff, Chris Webber, and Grant Hill.
And Eminem.
And Eminem.
And Eminem.
Yep.
Thank you for putting him into that as well. That's pretty cool.
That's pretty freaking awesome.
That's awesome.
I
I
mean,
love that.
I want nothing more than to see. I mean, we see him at all the Lions
Yeah.
games.
Yep.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
he trash talks with the best of them. I
Yeah, he
love
does.
listening
Yep.
to him trash talk. He's so freaking fun. So, I mean, it's expanding.
Yeah.
I'm excited.
Yeah.
Me too.
You guys don't seem excited. I'm really excited.
I don't have the energy.
Come on, CB. Find the energy within. Oh, man. All right, let's talk the WNBA All-Star Game.
Yeah, let's do it.
You're going to flash up there who is the starters. Anybody disagree with any of these starters? We got Aaliyah Boston, Paige Beckers, Caitlin Clark, Nafisha Collier, Alicia Gray. I say her name wrong.
Alicia
Gray.
Alicia.
Sabrina Ionescu, Neke Awumike, Satul Sabali, Brianna Stewart, and Asia Wilson. And now we don't know about Asia Wilson. Depends on the injury, because the game is not till July 19th.
I wanted to throw up when I saw that. I was like, oh gosh.
Yeah, your heart breaks for her.
That looked bad.
Yeah, it did.
Anybody have any?
No
who
notes.
else?
No notes.
And when we look at it, the fan voting was 50% of it.
Yep.
Which also led to your captains that you already talked about.
Yep.
The player voting was 25% of it, and the media voting was 25% of it as well.
I mean, as far as like starters versus reserves, like I can't believe AT's not a starter, but I don't know
Agree.
who I would replace her with, because these are all great too.
Did either one of you look at I think it was just the guards I looked at. I didn't look at the forwards. The fan ranking, the media ranking, and the player ranking.
Oh, shit. I had a...
Now that shocked me. Mm-hmm. Fan ranking, I'm just going to give you the top 3. 4 guards. Mm-hmm. Caitlin Clark, Paige Beckers, Kelsey Mitchell.
Yeah.
Were the top 3 fan. In the media, it went Gray, Ionescu, Clark. In the media. Mm-hmm. And then the player ranking.
The player one was shocking.
Gray, Ionescu, and Diggins, Skylar Diggins.
Mm-hmm. Clark was 9th by the
Clark
players.
was 9th.
By players.
Yep. Kelsey Plum was
She's also
16th.
Which is ridiculous.
By players.
Right. Plum being 16th is ridiculous.
Did you guys see who was number 4 for players?
Natasha Cloud.
Isn't that fun? Because she's a dog.
Yeah, she is a dog.
Because everybody playing in the W is like, I want her on my team.
Yeah.
I was watching, what's the name of the Liberty coach? It just left my brain cell. I only got one right now.
Brondello.
So listening to her talk about day 1 of practice with Natasha Cloud in the building, she goes, it was sick how she is just defensively in everyone's grill, talking all the time. She's like, the energy that she brings to practice, amazing. Yeah, Clark, that one surprises me. Mm-hmm. Obviously, everybody wants to play with Gray, and she's just phenomenal. Diggins, everybody wants to play with her.
That's shocking to me because I don't think she likes to play with anybody. So,
I mean, the most consistent one through was Alicia Gray and Paige Beckers. Because you got her ranked 2, 5, and 4 respectively.
Ionescu too. She was 5,
Ionescu too. Yeah, absolutely. 5, 2, and 2.
Yeah.
Gray 7, 1, and 1. But really cool. I mean, it's shocking to me. Like Kelsey Plum, 16.
Yeah.
I'm like, does that mean she's not a good teammate? What do you guys think?
Yeah.
Gotta, right? I mean, what else are you going to do with that?
Yeah.
Jackie Young, 12 amongst players? To me, is it because she doesn't talk?
She's been so up and down too.
She doesn't talk. She looks like she's about to cry sometimes too. I mean, maybe not.
I don't blame her.
Let's look at the reserves. My first question to you guys, were you surprised that 2 rookies from the Washington Mystics, Iriafin and Citron, made it?
Yes.
As reserve.
Yes.
Obviously.
Yes.
Yeah.
I was a little surprised.
Yeah.
I was surprised with that one. I don't know.
Especially because we talked about it. I mentioned like Bree Jones should have been a reserve.
Yes,
from Atlanta.
absolutely.
She's been killing it.
Absolutely.
So I feel like
She's a dog. She's
she's
a
been
dog.
doing really well for them.
So-
and then also there's only 2 Lynx players, and they're your number 1 team.
Right.
And you have
now, did
3
McBride
players?
get snubbed because she missed a few weeks? Is that what you're thinking?
I don't know.
Is that what people are
I
thinking?
don't know. But even
I
like
don't
Courtney will like. Oh wait, no, Courtney made it. But Smith, a lot of Smith also has been doing amazing.
Yeah.
She's been playing amazing.
Kayla Thornton, first time, along with the rookies from the
100%
Valkyries.
deserves it.
Deserves it.
She played great today.
She's amazing.
She's a dog. The other first time, and I love this kid, Gabby Williams.
I love her
really
too.
love
Her story is
Gabby.
great.
Yes.
She's so good.
I think that's why I gravitate to Seattle a
Yeah.
lot.
Yeah.
Her
Neke,
steals.
and I like Gabby Williams.
Man, her steals.
Yeah, she's
She's a dog.
that's well deserved.
Yeah.
So we're looking at Citron, Skylar Diggins, Ryan Howard, who's she
Yeah.
could actually start easily as well. When they were playing the Valkyries the other night, and the Valkyries, Golden State led that whole game.
Yeah.
And Howard only had like 13 or 16 points, but all I kept thinking in the fourth quarter was, don't let Howard warm up
Yep.
here, and she did.
It was like almost all of her points were in the fourth quarter.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
100%. Area Finn, Kelsey Mitchell, Kelsey Plum, Angel Reese, AT, Thornton we talked about, Courtney Williams, Gabby Williams, and Jackie Young.
I was surprised that Cloud didn't make it, to be honest.
Cloud, and you talked about Brianna Jones. If I was to take one person off there, I would take Jackie Young.
Yeah.
I really would.
Yeah.
I don't know what you guys think, and maybe one of the rookies.
I'd take one of the rookies.
I'd take
yeah.
one of the
Yeah.
rookies too. Yeah.
I agree
Yeah.
with you.
Yeah.
But other than that, it's going to be played in Indiana.
Which would be awesome. That's a good place to have it.
Yeah, that is a good place to have it. A couple of snubs. There was more snubs than you talked about Brianna Jones. The first person I thought of, and I'm not saying this because it's the clip I took, it was literally the first person that came into my head was Brittany Sykes. So I would have rather she made it than one of those rookies, than Citron.
You know what it is? It's because she really didn't do well in the coach and player, because I think because more than half of her points are coming from the free throw line.
I don't know. I still
I
would have pounded the table for her.
That's what they were talking about during a game, because they were wondering, like, how did your best player from Washington not make it and the two rookies made it? And they were talking about how some of the players and coaches are frustrated with how many how many fouls she gets called for her.
She was the first one that entered my mind.
Yep.
Boom.
I mean,
Popped
she's
right in.
dynamic. She's really
And
fast.
I still would
She's
have picked
super
her over
fast.
Citron.
Yeah.
That's just me, though. That's why
And you love Citron.
Yes, and I love Citron. I will have a Citron shirt at some point here. The others, Derica Hamby.
Yeah,
I spend most of the time, and I watch a lot of Sparks games late at night. I yell at her a lot, though.
Yeah.
Because she misses a lot of free throws.
Yep.
Speaking of free throws. Azura Stevens.
Oh yes.
How did she not get on the All-Stars?
She's quiet. Kayla
McBride and Brianna Jones were the others, but I look at those five and I would pound the table more for Stevens than I would Sykes.
Yeah.
Anybody you guys think of that got left off?
Just Alana Smith too.
Yep.
She's just been playing great defense. She's been
It's so hard because you can't bring everybody, right? But I definitely saw the Stevens one. Sykes came to my mind first, and then I saw the clip and I said, yeah, Stevens, I definitely would have beat the table for.
You know what's so funny is when they were drafting the teams last night, and Courtney Williams was drafted. They did highlights, and the first highlight was actually of Natisha Heidemann.
Get out, because they look so much alike.
I know. I was like,
it depends on what color hair.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was when they both had the pink hair.
Yep.
And I was like, her
That's
number's not
freaking
2.
hilarious. That's freaking hilarious. Who are you guys picking tonight? Dallas at Chicago?
Dallas is playing really well. I'm going to choose Dallas.
I'm going to go with Dallas, too.
I'll just take Chicago to be different.
Yeah.
Had to throw that one out there.
Chicago has also been playing better. But man, there's something about, like, even though Dallas is in shambles and all of the rookies are playing, they are just friggin' going at it.
NBA. I just got a few things.
Yeah.
You guys are going to love these. 2 contracts that have been handed out in the last week. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. I think we talked about it last week, but again, I don't know if it froze on us or not. MVP of the league, MVP of the finals. 4 years, $285 million, makes it the largest in NBA
That's
history.
ridiculous.
Crazy.
And today, he still has 1 more year left on his rookie contract. Chet Holmgren.
Oh.
He's got 1 year. He's going to make 13.7 on his rookie deal because he was the number 2 pick. He is going to sign an extension of 5 years up to $250 million.
Holy shit.
do you one go what the F, or do you go, well, they're keeping their championship team intact?
I mean, I got to go with that.
Yeah,
They're
yeah,
doing
I
what they
mean,
have to keep them intact.
I mean, the Brinks truck has backed up.
Yeah.
If you're the GM of the
Yeah.
Thunder, do you do it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You do. You do with how easy people leave teams right
Yep.
now.
Yeah.
Like money talks.
Yep.
So
We comped them to Golden State in their younger
Correct.
days,
Correct.
and now they're keeping the band together
Yeah.
for at least a 4 or 5 year run.
to see it
Yeah.
for like you said, 4 to 5 years. I'd like for all of them to stay together.
Yeah, me
I
too.
miss those years.
Yeah.
Where teams stayed together 5-6 years, and
Yeah.
like now it's like you build it for 1 year and then you know
What
Yep.
team are they on now?
yeah
Where
like
are they?
Because all we think about is the Bulls and the Warriors. You know, that
Right.
built, stayed there.
yeah
You know,
like
drafted
the core
there.
group stayed there. Like
Yeah.
like the Rodmans came in and
Yeah.
like that stuff, but like Pippen and Jordan and
Oh.
you know. Ron Hart, but like they stayed.
They stayed.
Horace
They were
Grant,
drafted
like
and
they
they stayed.
stayed.
Yep.
The core group stayed.
Oh, Horace Grant.
Loved him. Talk about a dog.
Talk about a dog.
Definite dog.
The only other thing, and this is just for fun, is Nikola Jokic. They tried to sign him to an extension, but he said, no, thank you. I will not be signing an extension this offseason. He's got 1 year left. But I don't think he's going anywhere.
No.
He can make an extra 80 mil if he waits until next season. Or you know what else he can do, you guys? See how the season plays out.
Right.
They've upgraded that team. If they don't go deep
Right.
or get to the championship game, he could be like, I'm out.
Yeah. Yeah.
Dude's smart because
It is smart. It's very
you
smart.
talk 4 years, 285, Jokic could
Yeah.
get that too.
Oh yeah, easily.
Jokic could easily get that. So just a little bit of NBA news. You guys want to talk the All-Star, the MLB All-Star game.
MLB.
MLB, where Cal Raleigh, as of today, 36 home runs.
Wow,
Aaron Judge,
crazy.
I think 34.
Yes, 34.
Shohei Ohtani, 31. All of those young men on pace, 60-plus homers.
Yep.
This is fun.
Will it stay?
I
Will
know,
those
right.
3 stay?
And it was fun. I was watching highlights this morning, and Judge blasts one out,
Yeah.
and Raleigh's catching, and he's just like, it's like he's stargazing
Yeah.
watching it. And then Raleigh blasts one out, and Judge is just watching it. It's like, you can just see the respect,
Yeah.
and they're
Yeah.
like, he's like, holy shit. I mean, listen, we didn't know who Cal Raleigh was.
No.
What, 2 weeks ago?
No.
Were we talking about him? And I literally looked at you guys and said, Cal Raleigh. And Wheels gave me the most
I was
blank
like-
look, and I said, yeah, you should have seen my look
Yeah.
when I was reading about it. I'm like, Cal Raleigh. I'm going to tell you who's starting in the All-Star game. Let's talk about that. Mr. Raleigh is starting at catcher. Vlad Guerrero. Gleyber Torres is starting.
Wild.
Yeah.
Wild. Good for him.
What?
Good for him.
Third base, Jose Ramirez of Cleveland. I'd be remiss. 3 Detroit players starting. Torres, Riley Green in the outfield, and Javier Baez, who's moved to the outfield
That's
for
funny.
Detroit.
Yeah.
That's
All starting. Jacob Wilson is starting at shortstop. Please, somebody say who.
who?
Who?
Shortstop for the Athletics.
Wow.
I said
Wow.
it last year.
All right.
So they'll trade him next season.
I said last year, guys, all these young kids coming in, and they're coming in
Wow.
quicker.
Yeah.
It used to be you were in double AAA ball
Yeah.
for years.
Years.
Yep. Yep.
Now they're like, you're drafted in the first round, we'll give you a year.
Yeah.
And it's great. I'm going to tune in and watch all of it just because I need to know these young kids
Yeah.
better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I will definitely. I always watch the All-Star game. Always.
Batting DH for the American League, Ryan O'Hearn. I'm saying it right, too.
Yeah.
O'Hearn.
Oh, okay.
Baltimore Orioles. See, he's like, what the heck?
Like what?
So, Raleigh, if we hadn't talked about him 2 or 3 weeks ago, we wouldn't have known him. Jacob Wilson, we wouldn't have
Nope.
known. Riley Green, I know. And O'Hearn,
Nope.
I'm sorry,
No.
I don't know. Key reserves, I just jotted down a few. Bregman from the Sox. Jazzy Boy from the Yanks. Bobby Witt, who is not starting at shortstop.
Yeah. That. Yeah.
Well,
I don't know
that's
how I feel about
because
that.
Jacob
Apparently,
Wilson
Jacob
is.
Wilson is. I don't know. I don't know. That's just weird to me. No Bobby Witt starting.
J-Rod in the outfield from
Yep,
Mariners. We
makes
love
sense.
him.
Yep.
And Byron Buxton from the Twins. I like that kid a lot.
Yeah.
I really
You
do
just like
him.
saying Byron Buxton.
Byron Buxton. Almost as much as Jackson Dart. But
almost.
Not quite. Not quite. Just was surprised that Bobby Witt wasn't starting.
I'm
too.
shocked.
Me too.
Shocked, actually.
National League starters, Will Smith from the Dodgers at catcher. First base, Freddie Freeman from the Dodgers.
Yeah.
Second base, Ketel Marte from the Diamondbacks.
Yep.
I have no problem with that.
Nope.
Third base, Manny Machado from the Pods. No problem with that.
Not shocking.
Shortstop, Francisco Lindor. Mets, no
shocking.
problem with that.
Yep.
The outfield, 2 Cubs. Kyle Tucker, who they traded for in the offseason
Yep.
from the Astros.
Yep.
And Pete Crow Armstrong.
Love him.
Love him.
Love, love, love him.
And Ronald Acuna
Love that too.
Jr.
Yo, I know all of the players on the Nationals.
But not the American League. And
Yeah.
we all know who the DH is. Do I even have to say his name?
No.
No.
Okay. I've got a good fun fact for you because I was reading an article, and I, as a lowly Met fan, did not forget this trade. And then I read it in an article because trade deadline's at the July 31st trade deadline. And the article started out, you don't want to be the team that trades Pete Crow Armstrong for Javier Baez to only not make the playoffs, and it was a rental for 2 months, 3
Yeah.
months.
Yeah.
Because that's what the Mets did. When they traded Crow Armstrong, I'm like, I watched him get drafted. I was stoked. Then they trade him
Yep.
for Baez. And had him for 2 months. We didn't make the playoffs. And well, now Baez is a freaking all-star on the
Right.
Tigers.
Yep. It's usually what happens.
And
Yeah.
what's the Mets' weakest link? Center field.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, it comes
You
back to
have
haunt you.
a Wah, wah, wah.
Comes back to haunt you.
If he was playing center field, patrolling center field for the Mets, friggin' A.
That kid is good. He
That
is
kid
fast.
is
He covers
awesome.
a lot of ground.
Got power in his bat, too. I'm like, oh, for fug. I'm not going to add to your... I haven't put $1 in yet.
She's too
Okay.
tired.
Some key reserves. We're going to love these. Pete Alonso, deserving.
Yes.
Yeah.
I might even argue over Freddie Freeman, because you know that's the one Met I'm always going to
Yeah.
stick up for.
True, true.
Ellie De La Cruz.
My boy!
Should be starting.
Totally deserves it. Should be
Absolutely.
starting.
Absolutely.
Tatis, having a great year.
Yep. Yep.
And my favorite one, this is the young kid I do know and I do enjoy watching, James Wood from the Nationals. Watch him, you guys.
Yeah.
This kid is good. Part of the, what's that kid's name? Not kid. Juan Soto trade.
Oh,
that was
yeah.
part of the
Oh,
Juan
yep.
Soto trade to the Padres.
Yep.
James Wood started to make a little bit of noise last year, and this kid, I think the Nationals, even though they just fired their manager,
Yep.
and
And
GM,
GM. Yep.
they got a lot of good young players. You guys are going to enjoy James Wood. I can't think of anybody that got snubbed. I don't know. Can you guys?
No.
Not
That-
really.
Oh, wait.
Like, it was funny because, like, how many years and years and years American League just torched the
Yep.
All-Star
Yeah.
game for
Torch is perfect.
well, yeah, decades.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And now, holy shit, that lineup.
That National
Yeah.
League lineup is, and then you add their pitching to it also.
yeah,
Like Skeens, like
Skeens.
Oh,
Will
That poor guy.
Will he get the Cy Young with a losing record?
right.
and
He
why
should.
do-
He should
Why do
absolutely.
I keep hearing about him in trade? I mean, he's under contract till like 2028, 2029.
I know. I feel so bad for him though, man. I mean,
Yeah,
I do too.
he
Me too.
is.
Me too.
I do too. I
He's the
really
best
do.
pitcher in baseball, and he's
Yep.
getting
Yep.
no help. He has 4 wins,
Yep.
Him and Scooball, they're just
wild.
so good.
4
They're
wins.
just
That's
so
crazy.
good.
and his ERA is 2.04
Yeah.
as of his last start.
Oh
Yeah.
my God.
How do you have 4 wins?
A couple weeks ago, I was reading that will the Red Sox be big traders at the deadline? I don't see it.
They never.
They never
They never
do.
do.
They never are.
They just middle.
yeah,
Yeah.
I'm like,
Middle along.
The whole article was about even moving Bregman, who the Tigers wanted, and it went down to a bidding war between the Tigers and the Red Sox in the offseason. I think Sandy Alcantara of the Miami Marlins will be the big one. The only problem there is he started out really strong, like 2.9 ERA. Now he's up to like 7.1
Down.
ERA.
Down.
Somebody's going to trade for him.
Yeah.
But I can't really think of. I know what Met fans are begging for.
Pitching.
Jacob DeGrom.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Pitching. Yeah.
Here's the thing: the Rangers might move him if they continue to plummet, but he doesn't want to go back to New York.
No.
Yankees or Mets. He's just not a big spotlight, big city type of player.
Yeah.
I love watching the trade deadline. I do, because it's either 100 trades or it's nothing. It's just crickets. Some of the standings I quickly looked at. Tigers are 14 games up. You guys.
That's ridiculous.
Good for them.
And all three of us picked the Royals. All three of us. Astros, 6.5 up.
I hate them.
I know.
What the heck are the Rangers doing?
I don't.
There's no excuse in Rangerland.
No.
There really isn't.
No.
Angels are playing much better this year, too.
Yes.
Much better. Dodgers up 5 in the West, but San Francisco and San Diego,
Yeah.
they're not done.
No.
I gave a lot of props to San Francisco in the preseason. I don't know, it's just something about the makeup of that team I like. And then they got what's his name from the Red Sox.
Yeah, and he's
I
a
don't
cancer
know.
to them too.
Yeah, I don't know if that's going to help.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the Cubs. I might be all in with the Cubs.
Every year I'm all in with the Cubs. And it's-
I think we all have a soft spot for the Cubs and
yes.
the Royals.
Yes.
Yep.
Royals
For
got to
Central
turn it
teams,
around,
yeah.
though.
They do.
And the Red Sox are right there in the wild card, right in the thick of it. So I don't see them trading
No.
anybody away.
No.
I don't see it.
They'll make. They might make small moves, but.
Did you guys see the, speaking of the Giants, walk-off inside the park homer?
Yes.
Sick.
By, what was his name? Patrick
Yes.
Bailey.
Yeah.
3-run walk-off homer.
So fun. So fun.
You don't see that every day, do
No.
you?
It's like Little League. I love it.
Right?
Little League home run. Yeah.
The way it caromed off
Right?
the wall.
Just at the right angle.
Like you couldn't thrown that and place that better.
Yep.
Like
I just got a kick out of that one. I mean, I love having ESPN on in the background when I'm getting ready in the morning. But yeah, I watched it like twice. I'm like, look at that thing.
Yeah.
Look at that thing shank right off of there.
Yeah.
That was fun. You don't see that every day.
No, you
Not at all.
definitely do not.
3-run walk-off homer inside the park.
I love it.
What? Inside
love
the
it.
park. All right. Excited for States this weekend?
I'm very
I
excited.
just want to
for
wish you
States.
luck.
Thank you.
I'll obviously be hanging out with you.
Yeah.
And wish all of Vermont women's
Yes.
softball, women's league softball,
Everybody
good
be
luck.
safe.
States weekend up in Newport is so much fun. I
much
can
fun.
remember going for about 20 years as a
Should have
player.
pretty good weather, I think, too. Right?
The weather looks fantastic. Yeah.
One of these years I'll drag you there because just where the complex, I call it, even though just the 3 fields are right there.
Yeah.
You know, walk from field to field.
Yeah.
It's really fun softball. It's
It's
great.
the best weekend of the summer.
It is.
Yeah.
And there's 2 divisions. And it used to be everybody was jam-packed into the, is it D's? Season D's or
Yeah.
D's and E's?
D's
Is
and
it D's and E's?
D's and E's.
Everybody was packed into E's.
D's and E's.
They've moved more up to D. So now it's very balanced
Yeah,
with the
there's
teams.
9 teams
Yeah.
in the uppers, 16
Which is
in
nice.
the lowers. Yep.
So good 2 or 3 added to the uppers.
Yep.
Just great softball.
Nice.
And
It is. Yeah. It's
I used to get so
Great
amped up as a
competitive.
player.
softball. I mean, you're playing against people that when the game's over, you're going to sit and have a drink with them and they're going to be your best friends. But when you're playing against them, man,
Yep.
there's people that
It's true.
I love to sit down and chat with and have a beer with,
Yep.
but man, I hate playing against them.
Yep.
Man, I hate it.
Yep.
And that States is the one place where that happens all the time.
Yep.
It's like, ugh.
And there's those
So-
players you hate playing against
Yes.
and you have so much respect for.
Yes.
I can remember shaking a little bit all my years of playing third up at States because I'm like, I'm going to eat the softball one
Yeah.
of these times. And I almost did a couple of times. But good luck. Fun weekend ahead.
Yes.
Want to talk NFL or we want to do Whiteboard Wednesday? Because I got a lot of questions. I think we're going to go straight into Whiteboard Wednesday, which means you're going to have to wake up.
I'll try.
Another shot of chocolate.
There, you got a whole thing of chocolate over there.
Because a lot of the Whiteboard Wednesday questions are NFL related. I will say this, the one trade I heard, Jameson Williams of the Lions.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
They are saying don't want to give him a contract extension. It could be his last season in Detroit. I thought that was a fun little nugget because he really they've been waiting 3 years for this guy.
Yeah.
Because was he gambling? He got suspended for
Oh,
a while.
yeah.
He did, yes.
Yep.
Hurt for a while. And the Bengals have resumed talks with Trey Hendrickson.
Thank God.
It's about freaking time, but it's going to be
If
another.
I'm Joe Burrow, I'm like, give him my salary. Like,
Hey. They have no defense if they don't sign this guy.
they have none even with him.
I was gonna say. I was gonna say that. I was like,
But
But
they at least have
they
someone who can
somebody
sack the
pressuring-
quarterback.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
have somebody putting,
Yeah.
applying
little
some
bit.
heat. I don't even think Shamar Stewart, the Bengals' #1 draft pick, who walked out of
Right.
minicamp,
Right.
he's not signed either.
Nope.
Oh,
And he
wow.
was supposed to bring the heat from the other side.
Right.
Uh-oh.
So you could be without both. We're going to end it with NFL questions, but we're going to have a few baseball and W questions in there too. First one up, who will be the MVP on July 19th of the WNBA All-Star Game?
Oh, jeez.
I'm going to see if you go outside of your...
Oh, I am going to go outside.
You are?
Yeah. Yep.
I can name some reserves, starters. Boston, Beckers, Clark, Collier, Gray, Wilson, Stewart, Sabali, Awumake, Inescu, or one of those. You know who I'm going to go with? I'm Ryan Howard.
Oh, nice.
I don't know why I'm on the Ryan Howard bus, but I am.
I don't.
Hard one.
Well, Caitlin Clark's always my answer for WNBA questions, and when it's
I know.
not, what am I supposed to do? Like, I don't even know what to do.
I
Wouldn't
think
you
I
die
know
if I
who
put
you're-
Kelsey Mitchell? But I'm not.
Brianna Stewart is who you're going to pick.
No.
I don't see you picking her either.
I'll just go with the other one I like.
Obviously, Joe Edson's not in the house because he would be typing Brianna
Brianna
Stewart.
Stewart.
He would say Brianna Stewart, yes.
Oh,
Okay.
Who is going to be who is the bigger buyer at the trade deadline in MLB? Yankees, Mets, Dodgers, somebody else.
what else do the Dodgers need?
Right.
But they always ruin the fun for all of us. Yankees, Mets, Dodgers, someone else. And who's going to have the biggest buyer remorse after
Yeah.
that's over with too? Do I want to do this one? Yep, we're going to do this one. Did I already do this one? I think I did this one. Best landing spot from the off season, NFL.
Yep, we did
I
that
do
one.
this one
Yeah.
already? Okay, we're not going to ask that one. Okay, we're going to go on to, because ESPN was having fun with this week, so we're going to have fun with it. The best wide receiver duo in the NFL.
Ooh.
Higgins, Chase, Bengals. Williams, Amon-Ra, Lions. CD, Pickens, Cowboys.
Not that one.
Puka, Devontae, Rams. Devontae Smith, A.J. Brown, Eagles. And those are exactly the same 5. And I'll let you know who ESPN
Ooh, this is
picked.
tough.
We good?
Yep.
Yep.
All right. Today's was the best quarterback wide receiver. So your #1 wide receiver with a quarterback. You're gonna a couple of these. I was like, huh? But then I'm like, well, you're taking into account the quarterback as well. Burrow, Chase, Daniels, McLaurin, Hurts, A.J. Brown, Prescott, Lamb, Lamar Jackson, and Zay Flowers. I thought that one was a little wonky.
Wonky.
And then I tried to come up with, and I went, how can Stafford and Puka Nacua not
Yeah.
be there? But I think they're shortchanging Stafford.
I think so,
Yeah.
Because they're looking at your top
Yeah.
quarterbacks. But I still would have put them in there. Something you can think about. I have more NFL questions coming our way. But this was supposed to get asked last week because it was 4th of July. Best USA sports moment in your lifetime? So far, obviously, we can't. Just think about it as we go along with the NFL questions of what just stands out in your mind as the best USA moment.
Okay.
Okay? All right, now we're going to do
Kind of
reality.
a tie, I guess.
You can put either R for reality or OR for overreaction. Coming as we start to get towards NFL training camps. Micah Parsons will not be suiting up for the Cowboys in week 1 due to the contract issue. Is that a reality or an overreaction? The Bengals will trade Trey Hendrickson. Is that a reality or an overreaction?
Ooh.
Yeah, these are some good ones.
Oh, fuck. I don't know. I think it can. I don't know.
You guys are going to laugh at this next one. But you know I have to do a Cleveland Browns one.
Oh, Avi.
Kenny Pickett, which I just
Jesus.
keep hearing a
Yep.
lot about Kenny Pickett, will win the Browns starting quarterback competition. Reality or overreaction? I'm going to play along when we go to our answers. I mean, you got 4 quarterbacks there.
1 in 4 chance.
I don't know.
So that's 1A. I'd have a 1B to the Browns question. Who gets cut if they go with 3? Dylan Gabriel or Shedeur Sanders? Or Joe Flacco, but I'm not going to include Flacco. Which rookie gets cut if they go with 3 quarterbacks after camp is over? Do I have okay. The 5 highest paid wide receivers in the NFL are Jamar Chase, Justin Jefferson, CeeDee Lamb, DK Metcalf, and A.J. Brown. And the ranges of their contracts are $40 million a year to $32 million a year. Whoops, I just lost where we were. Will Terry McLaurin, who is grumbling right now, we all know that, be paid as a top 5 wide receiver at the start of this year? And I just named the top 5. A.J. Brown is making $32 million at number 5, and Jamar Chase $40 million. Will he be paid as a top 5 guy, especially with that being Jaden Daniels' guy? Big time. And last but not least, Daniel Jones.
I knew it.
Will beat out Anthony Richardson.
I knew that was coming.
For the Colts quarterback job. And you guys, you can't make this stuff up. I didn't do it. This is what I got. And of course you got to factor in the AC joint injury that keeps bothering Richardson.
Oh my God.
Oh my
wow.
goodness.
For shits and giggles, I guess.
Bump, bump, bump. And we haven't even gotten to fantasy questions.
I cannot
which we're
wait
not going to do today.
for fantasy.
I cannot wait for fantasy. I think my favorite part, though, is draft.
Oh, 100% the draft's the best part.
Waivers and trying to make trades.
Draft and then waivers are the best.
All right, I think this was the first question. Don't let me go out of line here because I have a tendency to drift. MVP for the July 19th WNBA All-Star Game will be...
I put Sabrina Ionescu.
That's who I figured you were
Oh,
going to
yeah.
go.
She's been hot. I did my girl, Alicia Gray.
You did.
She won the 3-point contest and the skills thing challenge last year.
That was
I'm
my
going to
second
stick
one.
with Ryan Howard. We got to remember these.
But Ionescu has been playing off of her
She's
mind.
She's freaking amazing anyway. We got to remember these because I don't have a pen with me, so I'll try to write them down because we got to go back.
Yeah.
Like 2 weeks ago, we were trying to, we were predicting the WNBA games, and I think we all picked the Dallas Wings over Indiana.
Yep.
And the Fever won.
Yep.
And I can't remember the other game. We all picked the Lynx over Atlanta, and that went to overtime.
Yep. Great
But
game.
then it was Phoenix and the Liberty, I
Yeah.
think, where we differed.
Yes.
And I think Phoenix scored 100 points in that game.
Yep.
Freaking A. All right. Biggest buyer at the trade deadline. Yankees, Mets, Dodgers, or someone else?
I did someone else.
Oh, yeah. I forgot that was an option.
Who'd you write down?
The Mets,
I
just because Uncle Steve is ready to write some checks.
put
Yeah.
the Mets as well. Couldn't agree with you more. But they're supposed to get healthy this weekend, Minaya and Senga. but for how long?
Yeah,
Right.
Exactly.
That's the look you're giving me right now. It's a puppy look you're giving me of like, Lori, why do you do this? Read it, didn't I? Yep, I did. All right. Best wide receiver duo. Higgins Chase, Williams Amon-Ra, C.D. Pickens, Puka Devontae, A.J. Devontae. Wow, that was like rhyming.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What say you, CB?
Those names are. I did Higgins and Chase.
Same.
Want to know who ESPN did? Jameson Williams and Amon-Ra.
Yeah, I don't.
No.
No.
I was like, what?
Potential. Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Potential. If Williams plays to his potential, yes.
Yep.
Because Amon-Ra's a stud.
Yeah.
How do we not go
Except
Higgins
when
Chase?
except when I bet on him.
Yeah.
Right. That's true.
Then
That's very true.
he doesn't do anything.
How can you not go Higgins Chase?
Yeah. I
You
mean.
have-
Yeah.
yeah.
They put on ESPN, the show I was watching, it was Williams Amon-Ra and then Higgins Chase. I'm trying to remember the order. I think he had C.D. Lamb and Pickens next, Puka Devontae, and then A.J. Devontae were fifth. I will say this. I do think George Pickens is going to have a good season because he's, don't laugh at me for saying this, but it is the best quarterback he's played with
Oh,
so
yeah,
far
yeah.
in his young career.
Yeah.
Yes.
But more than anything, he's in a contract year as well. You know,
Yeah.
so he's going to play out of his mind. But yeah, how do we not go Higgins Chase? Best quarterback wide receiver duo: Burrow Chase, Daniels McLaurin, Hurts, AJ Brown, Prescott Lamb, and Lamar Jackson and Zay Flowers.
That one just like does
You
not
went with-
belong in that group at all.
You went with your heart,
I
didn't
did.
you?
Burrows and Chase.
Yeah. I
Did
mean,
you?
how? Yeah.
How can you not? They've
How
played
can you
together
not?
since college.
I'm like,
And when you're just looking like pure quarterback and
Yeah.
receiver.
Like no one touches them. I feel like.
Hurts, AJ Brown. AJ Brown gets pissed off and
Yeah.
then goes and reads a book
Right.
on the side. And then Hurts is like, I got to make him happy
Right.
again.
Yeah.
Prescott Lamb, when healthy, they do have a good combination.
Yeah.
Jackson Flowers, I don't know why that's
Makes
in
no
there.
sense.
Daniels McLaurin is too
Too
it's
new.
Yeah, it's too new.
Potential.
It's too
Potential.
new. Lots of potential.
They could be the
Yeah.
next Burrows Chase, but
Yeah.
Absolutely, but in my mind, I'm like, there's no question here.
No.
No question at all. All right, we're going to go to best USA sports moment that just pops when I say that. I'll give you mine first.
okay.
The 1980 USA hockey team. Because
Yeah.
I was in high school.
Yeah.
And that's all anybody was talking about. It was crazy. I was at a basketball game, a boys' basketball game that night that they played Russia, which wasn't the final. It was the semi.
Right. Right.
And they just kept announcing the score. And of course, we never missed games. So, of course, we're all at the game. And then, you know, they won the gold fairly easy.
Yeah, they did.
Once they got past Russia, boom.
Yeah.
What you got, bud?
I did Michael Phelps in the Olympics.
Oh, nice. Nice.
Good one. CB, it's got to be soccer.
Yeah, shocking no one I did the 99 World
I
Cup.
knew it. Yeah, I figured.
Love that,
That was
too.
my second one.
Yeah.
Nice job. See, you guys are on the same
Yeah.
wavelength.
Yeah.
Michael Phelps, I just
I mean, that's
Yeah,
just something
that's-
we're never going to see again.
Yeah.
pasted to the TV
I could not stop
every time.
watching.
Every-
Me either.
every time.
Like, I
Raced.
remember when he won, like, the 8th one or whatever.
Yep.
And I remember where I was, the name
Yep.
of the bar, who I was sitting with, like,
Yep.
and everybody just
What bar were you at?
chanting. I was in Saratoga, New York at that point.
Okay, cool.
And
That's
I was
cool.
at the Horseshoe, is what it was called. And
Fitting, Saratoga.
and everybody's just like USA, like
Yeah.
just being in that environment.
hair
was-
standing
yeah,
up on
was
your
freaking
arm.
nuts. Like
Yeah.
you're never going to experience that again. Like
And just watching him, I swear he
Yeah.
had fins on his
Yeah.
feet. And just so,
yeah, he was just amazing.
nice job.
And
you
I love
guys.
all like the analysis during any time he swims, just about how much of a physical anomaly
Yeah.
he is.
Right, right?
Yeah.
It's sick.
Yeah.
There has to be no body fat on that dude.
None.
None. And swimmers, I'm sorry, but is there anybody in better shape but swimmers?
I know. It's crazy.
Seriously,
Even
swimmers'
after,
bodies are sick.
Like their backs are insane.
Yes,
Yeah.
Their backs are
exactly.
insane.
Oh my God. All right, we're going to do reality over reaction time. Micah Parsons will not be suiting up for the Cowboys in week 1.
I did overreaction,
Same.
Same.
There's so much time left.
and he's gonna pay him.
Jerry's
Jerry's
likes
gonna
to
pay
wait
him.
till the 11th
He's gonna make him
hour.
squirm,
Yep.
and he's gonna pay him.
You know what else he likes to do? He likes to, like, the market gets set with the defensive
Yeah,
ends.
yeah.
You know, they've been set with Mad Max. They're waiting on TJ Watt. He just likes to watch, and then the 11th hour, he's going to pay his boy.
Yep,
That's
he
just
is.
what he does. The Bengals, and again, CBS had overreaction as well. The Bengals will trade Trey Hendrickson. Overreaction or reality?
I feel like it's more of a reality than an overreaction. I hope it's not reality, but I feel like if I had to choose which ones, I feel
CBS went reality.
Yeah.
Yep.
CB.
Same.
I just how can
you?
they?
I know.
How can they let them? How can they?
Right.
Yeah, you're going to get some draft picks, and Joe Burrow's arm's going to fall off.
Yeah, it is.
Throwing the ball this year.
Oh yeah.
What is it? You're shooting your nose off to spite your face or
Yeah.
something like that?
Yeah.
What's the
Literally,
yeah.
all I can see is Dan Marino. 'Cause
Yeah.
He never had a defense.
Yeah.
So I just throw.
Yep.
Throw. He had Clayton and Duper, and
Yep.
he just threw the ball. Kenny Pickett will win the Browns starting quarterback competition out of training camp. CBS says reality.
Oh shit.
I say overreaction.
Me too.
I say reality. I think he's not going to stay the quarterback.
Yeah.
But I think in week 1 he'll be the quarterback. Do you guys think it's Flacco? Or do you
Yes.
think
Yeah.
You do.
Yeah.
Okay. They're saying that he is very familiar with what's his face, the coach for the Browns. Pickett is with his offense, and he's still young, and I don't know if he's learned. I don't know if they think he's learned from being with the Eagles for a year. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. Part B, if they go with 3 quarterbacks, who gets cut at the end of training camp? Dylan Gabriel or Shedeur Sanders?
I put Gabriel.
Me too. Just because of Shador's name.
Why the hell did they draft him in round
I know.
I think they were proving a point.
Yeah.
3? But why did they take him?
I don't know.
That one's weird to me.
I just don't think he's an NFL quarterback, but that's just me.
And if he gets traded, Gabriel, or cut, he's going to end up with the Miami Dolphins. You heard it here first. That's all I'm going to say to you guys. That's all I'm going to say. Terry McLaurin, we talked about the top 5, 40 million to 32 million is the range that the top 5 receivers in the NFL are getting. Will McLaurin be paid as a top 5 before the season starts?
No.
No.
No. Yeah, we all did. Overreaction.
Yeah.
As well. Yeah, I agree. I think he'll get
his money.
his money, but it's not going to be top 5.
No, it can't be. He hasn't proven himself the way that
Right.
those other 5 have done.
Exactly.
So. Year in and year out. Like,
Exactly. Absolutely. But quietly, that dude just gets it
he does.
done.
He absolutely does. Yes. And now he has a quarterback. So
Yeah.
like I do think that he's gonna
Yeah.
have amazing numbers and he's gonna get his money, but I don't think he's gonna get top 5
Right.
receiver money.
Right. And I don't know why I always overlook the guy, like fantasy wise.
Yeah. I'm not overlooking him this year.
Yeah, exactly. And last but certainly just not least on the radar of overreaction reality, Daniel Jones will beat out Anthony Richardson for the quarterback job.
I did over.
Overreaction.
I think it's going to be reality, unfortunately, for
Yeah.
Reality
adults.
and reality for CBS too.
Yeah.
I just
I mean,
don't
I'm
get-
sorry, Indianapolis, like real sorry, but
He can't stay healthy,
no.
Richardson.
He can't.
That's
stay
why I
healthy.
have
can't.
reality for Jones.
And he refuses to change anything about his
Yeah.
game.
Yeah, he's got his ego's getting in the way a
Yeah.
little bit here too, to change his game a little bit. And that reminds me of who am I trying to think of from Baylor, drafted by RG3.
Yep.
Yeah.
Just kept running
Yep,
and running and
running.
getting beat to a pulp.
What's your bet for this year?
For Daniel Jones? I haven't given one yet.
Or no, was it on, wait, didn't we do a bet this year?
We did, but it had something to do with Sam Darnold too, didn't it?
Yeah. It was something about
Was it who? Wasn't it this year's stats? Because now it's that Sam Darnold's away from
yes.
Yeah.
the quarterback whisperer coach.
Yeah.
Who has better stats, Daniel Jones? Or was that
I
not
don't
it?
remember who it
I
was.
can't remember.
But it was
it Trevor
compared
Lawrence?
to
I thought we were comparing it.
Was it Trevor Lawrence?
Lawrence. That's who it was, I
It
think.
wasn't Sam Darnold? Why is it
Yes,
stuck in
compared
my
to
head?
Sam Darnold.
Yeah, I think
Okay.
who has, yeah.
Oh, so Lawrence, not Daniel Jones. I
No.
got to get off the Daniel Jones train here.
He's the
Because I've
new
already
Daniel
lost
Jones.
bets with him.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. Okay, we're doing that one. So
Yeah.
you guys are in on Darnold. I got
Yes.
Lawrence.
Yeah.
I'm sticking with it. Sticking with the pretty
pretty
long
boy?
hair. Yeah, pretty boy. Trevor Lawrence. What's going on this weekend? We'll be at States.
We'll be at States.
We won't be watching anything.
No.
Yeah, the W is always on.
Just a lot of softball we'll be watching, you know?
And the W games all go in my library, and then I'll come home Sunday night and watch a whole bunch of games.
Yep.
And then get excited for the MLB trade deadline. Do you guys get excited for it?
I do.
I do like the
do.
trade
I do.
deadlines.
I
I
do
like the
like-
trade deadlines in all the sports.
Yeah.
Yes.
Me too.
Yes, indeed.
Me too.
Indeed. So enjoy your weekend. We will be back next Wednesday, I believe. Wheels, it's always day to day with the umpiring.
Truth.
But go get them at States this weekend.
Thank you.
CB, go get some sleep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, we'll see you all next week.